this and make a little video about it. I thought it would just be a nice start to the new year, first video of the new year, just to sort of check in, talk you through my sort of Christmas break and the events leading up to the proposal, I guess. I literally have no notes. I've gone full casual mode, never filmed with this setup before. I'm sat on this, I think you can see it, very comfortable beanbag, which was one of my main presents for Christmas. I did request it because hopefully soon we'll have my own house, and I don't know why, but I always liked sitting on the floor. I think it's because my TV there is really low, so I often sit on the floor to be like eye level with it. But I really wanted a beanbag, so I just thought, let's lower the camera, dim the light slightly, and sit on a beanbag and talk about this. Because obviously it's quite a radical big change in my life, or soon to be a big change in my life, and this channel, you guys, is and are another big part of my life. So I figured it was only right to combine the two and keep you guys informed on my my personal and romantic journey, I guess. So yeah, literally, I also haven't gone handheld in a very long time. I couldn't be bothered to set up the tripod or the boom arm, so here we are, a nice close-up whisper. But I figured, let's just get on with the story, I guess, because that's probably what you're here for. So essentially, me and my girlfriend, with whom I've been with for over 5 years, just to preface that, this isn't a love at first sight, ask her to marry me a week later type deal. This is the real deal. We had Christmas apart at our respective family homes, because at the minute we're still living at home while we look for a house together. But on the 27th of December we went for a three night break to Manchester, which I know doesn't sound glamorous, but Manchester is an amazing city with so much to do and look at, and it was such a great time. But anyway, we set off on the 2.5 hour trip to Manchester, did a little park and ride thing. We got the metro. The trip got off to a fantastic start, where for the first time I think ever I was able to get an early check into the room. We weren't meant to be able to get into the room until 3 or 4, but the room was ready at 12 or like 11 or something ridiculous. So from that moment on, I sort of knew luck was in our favour. So we chilled at the room for a bit, and then our first activity was a thing called Flight Club. It's like a bar, a darts bar, and it might be my new favourite place on the planet, because I love playing darts. I'm alright at it, but I love playing it. But this is essentially a bar. It does really nice food, so we had some food and drinks, and then you basically book like it's called an oche or an oche, I don't know how you say it, O-C-H-E. It's like your own little pen with a dartboard, but it's like electronic, so there's like 6 different games on a screen you can play. It's a real dartboard, and then you select the game and you play it, and there's sensors and cameras and stuff. It's all very clever, and it was amazing. So we had that for an hour, had a gin and tonic and whatnot, and then I think we went back to the room after that, chilled, because I don't know about you guys, but I just love a hotel room. Like, I love just sort of sitting in there watching the awful like TV that you wouldn't watch at home, but somehow it's fun and entertaining because because you're in a hotel. Like, I think I watched the entirety of Hotel Transylvania 3, and I loved it, by the way. But yeah, and then we went out for our first meal, which turned out to be quite a posh Italian restaurant. It was called what was it called? San Carlo in Manchester. And yeah, it was very posh indeed. But I have to say, pretty reasonable prices for how it looked posher than it cost, kind of thing. But we didn't really help ourselves by buying a bottle of wine. If we wanted to okay, to backtrack, we came in with a game plan of just getting water so we could have start, remain, save a bit of money. But this was not a just have water kind of place. Oh no, we felt pressured to get this bottle of wine and get this bottle of wine. We did. But amazing food, so nice. Probably not my favourite of the trip, but it was definitely up there because I'm a huge fan of Italian food. Honestly, I think my mum has had a cough for the last 3 months. Like, she's cameoed in nearly every single video with a disgusting mucusy cough. I'm sure that's exactly why you're all subscribed here. And then I think that was day 1. Was that it? Yeah. I mean, we were pretty tired from all the travelling and stuff. And the next day we were getting up early because we were going for a long walk / hike in the Peak District. For my non-UK viewers, the Peak District is just this beautiful area in the sort of lower north of England where you can do rock climbing and all sorts, but me and my girlfriend, we love going for hikes and walks and stuff. And this is where the big moment would come. So ultimately I'd selected a walk beforehand, and I had in my mind we'd get to a beautiful moment on the walk, and then I would pop the question. But it was absolutely pissing it down. It was grey, it was foggy. So, but we're not ones to mope about. We got there, we made the best of it, we cracked on, and it was a lot of fun. It was just fun in a different way. And anyway, we walked for an hour, and we knew there was a cafe at the point before you turned around and went back. And it was funny, because I knew what was coming up, but I was trying to scan and try and find the right moment or the right place. Obviously I was limited with places because they all had the same view. They didn't have one really, but there was a moment where I sort of stopped because my girlfriend, she wasn't getting in a bad mood, but I think she was getting cold because it was literally freezing, and she was sort of just oh, I'm done with this now kind of thing, let's just get to the cafe kind of thing. So I sort of said, I think you need to pick me up. Do you want to see the itinerary for tomorrow? Now, the day after this day, I had planned everything, and it was all a surprise. She knew nothing about the day, and this was where it would be revealed, the proposal type of thing, the proposal. And she said no, and I was like, oh, okay. So then we just carried on walking for another 10 minutes to where we got to a nice little ridge, and then the cafe was just literally a 2-3 minute walk away. You could see it from where we were stood. So she was elated, we'd found shelter, and I sort of stopped and was just taking in around the surroundings or whatever, and she was like, what are you doing? And I said, I think you should look at your itinerary now. And she was like why? And I was like, I just think you should. So I went into the rucksack, gave her the envelope with the itinerary in, and the first activity written from like 9 till 12 was ring shopping. And then while she was reading that, I was rummaging in my wallet to try and find this little ring. I basically went to Claire's Accessories and bought her a beautiful plastic £5 placeholder ring, because I felt weird getting down on one knee and not like holding something. So I didn't want to do that, and plus now we've got this little ring as like a memory. So I was sort of grouched getting it out of my bag, and once I had found it, I very smoothly transitioned to the old one knee and popped the question, and she was completely surprised. I think I'd planned this surprise day for a long time, and I had never, like, I wasn't over the top with like denying that I was going to propose. It was just sort of like little things like, oh, please don't get your hopes up, like it's not that, like it's not amazing, I'll just pick some nice things for us to do, like little like anti-hints sort of here and there. So she just put it out of her mind, and I'd always previously said I wouldn't propose until we had moved in together, kind of thing. But it felt like the right time to be a surprise, and it just felt like the right time because a week before that we've actually had an offer accepted on a house, so some more good news. So hopefully that will run smoothly, and you know, ASAP this year we can be moved into our first house together, so a lot of major steps. So yeah, pop the question. Obviously she said yes. I'm not sure what I would have done if she had said no, but it's kind of one of those weird situations where you know she is going to say yes, but it's still kind of nerve-wracking, because obviously we've been together nearly 5.5 years, so. But yeah, and then we went and had a hot chocolate in the cafe, FaceTimed her sister, and walked back in the pouring rain, back to the car where we FaceTimed and called various family members. Then drove back to the hotel. We chilled a bit, and then we had dinner. Where do we have dinner this night? Oh, you know what? I can't remember. Oh, that's really annoying. Oh, we had pizza the first night. Alchemist the last night. Well, it can't have been that good a dinner because I've just completely forgotten it. So, anyway, the next day, oh, that's really irritating. Anyway, so the next day, I'd obviously allocated like a massive chunk of time to go ring shopping, but we literally went into the first place and we'd found it within 40 minutes, and it just so happened to be the only one they really had in her size. And I love it, to be honest, and she loved it, so that's the main thing. So then we bought that, and the place was right next to HMV, and I love looking around HMV, and I'm often just sporadically buying Blu-rays for my collection, so I thought, you know what, I've just splashed on a ring, I'm going to treat myself. So I bought Logan and Deadpool 2 for £10 in HMV to add to my Blu-ray collection, because I only buy Blu-rays for like my favourite movies, and there were ones that are on I've got a list of ones I wanted to buy, so I went and treated myself. And then after that we had a bottomless brunch booked at a Thai restaurant, and it was so good. They literally brought you buckets of rum and coke, or you could have Prosecco, Tiger beer. So we had that for an hour and a half, and the food was amazing. It was probably overall my favourite meal of the holiday, to be honest. And then straight after that, we were meant to go to this place called Immersive Gamebox and play Squid Games. Immersive Gamebox is essentially like this room with screens all around you, and you wear a sensor on your head, and you move to do the games. It ended up being so fun. But we were like a few minutes late to our initial slot because we had just had a bottomless brunch, if you know what I'm getting at. So they weren't too happy, and they said, "Oh, you can't do Squid Game now. You haven't got long enough." By the way, we were literally 6 minutes late. By the way, but they were like, "Oh, if we let you play Squid Game, it will affect everyone else," which is fair enough. So we had to rebook for 6 o'clock later. So we just went back to the hotel room, and then came back later and did it still slightly under the influence, but I think that made it more fun. And I think we did quite well, to be honest. But yeah, definitely recommend that if you're in Manchester. I don't think it was too spenny, but yeah, it was great fun. And then for dinner we went to the Alchemist, a place we've been to a couple of times before, and we both love it because they do really like theatrical cocktails and stuff, and the food there is actually surprisingly amazing. Really, really good. So yeah, I just remembered the meal. We went to this like bar and just had like beer food. We got like 5 different small plates and just like, you know, you just like dip in. Don't know what I'm doing with my hand. So yeah, we finished with that meal, and then I think we just bought some dinnies and went back to the hotel, because while we were on holiday we were just trying to save money where possible, getting use out of the hotel. And we'd been to a few pubs and stuff like while we were in between meals, and there's some amazing pubs. I think we want to go back because, to my sheer delight, my girlfriend has just started enjoying beer, which is just amazing. We want to go back and do like the Heritage pub crawl. It's like 12 pubs, all like from the olden days. It looks so much fun. But yeah, Manchester is a great place. And then on the day we were leaving, we didn't just want to wake up and go home. We did a bit of shopping, and we also went to the National Football Museum, which I believe is the biggest football museum in the UK or whatever, or like the only one or something. And it was so good, so many good exhibits. If you're a football fan, definitely recommend going. And also, on the way out, you go through the gift shop, obviously, and I was expecting just to walk through, but they had original programs, like in like this big container, but from like back in the day. There were some like 2000s ones, and all of the clubs in the UK. I mean, obviously the popular Premier League clubs like Man United, Man City had none, but I support Ipswich Town, and there were loads. And so I think I spent like 20 quid or something and got like 7 or 8 programs. But they were literally from like the late 60s, early 70s. I got a few 80s and 90s ones. And I think I'm going to put them in like a frame because the covers look so cool. And yeah, and then what do we have for lunch? Oh, we went to a place called Salt and Pepper, which was like amazing Chinese food. I like this like market, and that was delicious as well. Definitely recommend that. And then we meandered back to collect our bags, and we headed home, where we had New Year's Eve here at my family house and just played some games. But yeah, overall it's been a really lovely Christmas break. Just went back to work today. It'll be yesterday when you're seeing this video. But yeah, some big changes. I have absolutely no idea when we're actually going to get married. It may not be till 2025, but I just felt it was the right time to pop the big Q. So yeah, I thought why not, and we'll just figure out the logistics later. But I think priority for us both is sorting out our house. But yeah, very exciting, and I just wanted to share that story with you guys. But I think that's probably gonna do it. No point rambling on for too much longer. Normal videos will resume soon. We're going back to the 2 a week, as well as this channel or on a separate one. But I am just going to put them on a separate one. It's almost more for my benefit than for yours, because it's just like, I love this channel and the content we do on here, and I just want to make gaming videos and just have that separate. It's just for my, not OCD, but my organisation, let's say. But yeah, so that'll be coming in the next couple of weeks, so you get to see a lot more of my face. Yippee. But yeah, 2 videos a week. What's the next video? Next Monday's video is facts about sleep to help you sleep, so that's a good one. But we've also got some Reddit stories, a big 1-hour history video coming in January as well, so lots of things to look forward to. But thank you everyone so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, then give it a like, you know the drill by now, and if you're new to the channel here, why not